I spent days at the hospital, getting treatment just to treat the virus that has gotten deeper into me. I expected my mother to come, but I was told she was still hospitalized, so I worried less about her but only prayed for her recovery. My friend came with a bowl of porridge and fruit. I ate all and was very glad to have her with me. But a side of mine was very sad about the pig-dead child I gave birth to. What resulted to such was a big mystery I couldn't relay. Are you still thinking about it? My dear friend. Everything happens for a reason. The devil is a big liar. Anyone plotting evil against you shall face the wrath of God. Hian, a pig. This is so bizarre to me. But I just want you to put yourself together for the sake of your husband. I am very sure another baby will come soon. But don't you think this is spiritual? Even the nurses and doctor said so. My case was a different one to them. Birthing a live pig. Oh God, I still can't believe it. Oh come on, stop it Ella. You shouldn't allow people's utterance hurt you, neither do you bad. See it as a mere talk. Everything is not spiritual, my dear. You don't know that by going spiritual again, you might be causing another damages to yourself without knowing. So why not leave everything to God? Just believe that you will be fine. Mere looking at my friend encouraging words. I felt at peace and hugged her for her selfless words and concerned over me. If it wasn't for her, I ought to have committed suicide. A week later, I got discharged, and before leaving the hospital I requested to see my mother, but my husband insisted we go home first. I accepted and we headed home. On arriving, I was assisted into the living room and then saw my 2 uncles and my father, including some of my relatives. I was shocked because I wasn't expecting them. I greeted them happily. Then they started appraising me, eulogizing me for being strong. I didn't know what awaited me until the news of my mother's death was announced to me. I thought it was a joke until my husband patted my back gently. And my friend also nodded in awareness. I broke into tears, sobbing wholeheartedly while being told how she couldn't survive it the night she fell. A happy day suddenly became a sorrow day for me. But will things just end for me like that? This is something I couldn't tell. 3 months later things started changing in my home. It started when I asked my friend to leave my house to get an apartment for herself. My friend changed it for me, threatening me to better not expect her to leave or else I would lose my life. I was shocked because I didn't expected her to react in such manner. It was at that moment I was falling sick non-stop. I was given medicine and yet there was no improvement. My husband became tired of me, getting pissed at me for my uncued sickness. I would cry every day alone in the room. It was really hard for me, seriously hard, because I get tired easily doing things for myself. I thought my fatness would stop after taking the drugs, but it was as if it even triggers the improvement of my body changed. I hardly see my friend around again, but she still lives in my house. My husband no longer listened to me nor cares for me anymore. One night I summoned courage and crawled from my room to the living room and didn't see my husband. I then crawled over to my friend's door and struggled to open the door, and when I finally did, I fell inside, and by raising my head up my heart almost stopped working as my spirit felt like living my soul. I saw my husband copulating with my friend. I was totally shocked and couldn't utter a word. When she looked at me, she let out a mocking laugh while pointing at me. "Abigail. Honey, why are you here? Is this why you refused coming to sleep with me in our room? Honey, what have I done? Abigail, so you are this evil. Sleeping with my husband under my roof. I have been foolish and stupid." Abigail perched on the edge of the bed, naked except for the silk sheet draped carelessly over her hips, her fingers still tangled in his hair. She smirks, not sheepish or guilty. She came towards me and slapped my face, which cracked around the room like a gunshot. "You should be glad I have your 5 minutes man under my wings. Now you've got some fire in you. Too bad you didn't show that kind of passion in bed," she said to me, and body trembles, my hands bailing into fist. I wish I could blow her face off. "You are sick," I answered. "And you're boring." Abigail rolled her eyes, stepping closer, invading my space like a predator circling wounded prey. "Did you really think your husband stayed with you all these while because he wanted to? He stayed because he pitied you, my dear friend. Don't you know how you look?" "Shut up." My throat tightened as I speak. I struggled to push myself up from the floor, my palms slipping against the polished hardwood. My knees ached, and my thighs trembled. Abigail laughed at me again. "Look at you. You can't even stand without breaking a sweat. No wonder your husband couldn't stand to touch you. Don't worry, very soon your voice will be gone and your life would be cut short." I flinched, unable to move. Then Abigail tilted her head, her voice syrupy with fake sympathy. "Oh, don't cry. You'll just bloat even more." She walked away, her laughter trailing behind her like a poison. My husband, who was seeing all these, also followed her. I then crawled back, going to my room. I was aiming to get my phone and my husband pushed me hard to the floor. "Are you thinking about calling for help? You better stay right there. Since you have seen what your eyes shouldn't see, then you are going to face the consequence," my husband said to me, and I was marveled. Abigail came again and then ordered my husband to join her and drag me into the room. They did, and immediately was locked up. It was at that moment I realized the deed I had caused for myself and family. What was defense became my biggest nightmare. I couldn't imagine more than to think my husband has been charmed. His odd behavior clearly tells it. For more than 2 weeks I was locked up, always giving food at their own convenient time. I didn't know who to contact or how to escape. My phone was taken from me and no signs of help could come. While alone, I sat down and meditate in the word of the Lord. I was always praying for God's mercy and intervention in my life. I had a strong belief again that help would come by God's grace. Abigail came into the room, interrupting my time with God. "Oh, I see, you are now getting closer to God. Anyways, I brought you hot sausage. I know you must be famished, my little pumpkin. Get your filthy hands off me. You have no right to touch me. Haven't you done enough? Abigail, you betrayed me and you should be remorseful and apologize. Be the fact that I knew you had charmed my husband, you shouldn't do this to me." She laughed at me, tickling her hair subtly. She walked around me without saying a word. Unexpectedly, she pushed me down from the wheelchair and took out a syringe from her back. I wondered why she wanted to use it on me, so I started fighting back to save myself. She was panting heavily, kicking and pressing down my face. My hands couldn't grab her, filming, and I tried to kick her ass, but my legs were heavy to lift further. My breath started going extreme, making me lose strength. I screamed, wanting to push her, and she suffocated me. I felt a sharp pain on my lap and I instantly went down. I was sweating profusely, knowing she had eventually injected me. "You are a wicked person, Abigail. And you will surely get paid back," I said faintly under my heavy breath. "I can't get paid back because you won't be alive to do so. I hate you so much, Ella. I hate you with all my life. Whoever tries to come save you will surely go down the grave. I must see you dying silently until you're no more. And I won't die. My God will shame you. I will come out alive," I answered, and she closed the door loudly. Not quite long, my throat started itching me. My whole system changed and I couldn't control myself. I held my throat tightly, groaning on the floor. It was as if I was seeing devil calling for me. And with that, I fainted. When Abigail left Ella, she went straight to the kitchen to prepare food for Ella's husband. And not quite long he came in. "Hi, darling. Welcome back." Abigail hugged him and then removed his jacket. "How do you do, my love? Your face looks stressed. So what are you cooking?" She smiled at him and gave him a loving kiss. She then told him and they both went to the kitchen. "How is Ella doing? Have she eaten today?" he asked. "She has, darling. Although she still cries and yells out for you. Can you imagine that? She has forgotten you are all mine. All mine." They both laughed happily together. "Ella. Mother, please, please forgive me. Forgive me, please. Do not forsake me, please. Go back." I said, "Go back. I don't want you here. Go back." My mother shouted at me angrily. "That scares me." She was looking fiercely that I was frightening. She pushed me down a deep floor and I screamed out back to life in the room. I opened my eyes and immediately I was surprised to realize my throat was very okay. I sat up gently and relaxed my head at the bed. Tears dropped down rapidly, feeling guilty for no reason. Abigail visited an herbalist and told him Ella's awareness of her relationship with her husband, and she needed to know how she could finish her once and for all. The man didn't hesitate and gave her a grinding white powder that it should be poured at the entrance of Ella's door. He said immediately she walked over it that she will die. But Abigail left without listening further. When she got home, she went directly to Ella's doorstep and poured the white powder. "Today, you are going to die," she uttered joyfully in satisfaction. She then entered her room and went to sleep. She woke up remembering she didn't open the door to inform Ella that the door was opened for her freedom. So she walked out directly to Ella's doorstep, stepping on what she poured the floor while opening the door. Instantly, her brain struck, and she remembered the charm she poured. She jumped backward immediately, opening her mouth widely in regret. "What have I done?" Her hands wrapped above her head. She ran inside Ella's room and was surprised that she wasn't there. "Ella," she called, continuously searching around the room. "Where is she?" Her heart now pounding in fear. She goes out, running into her room and pick her phone. She dialed Ella's line, pacing around the room. Then the entrance door pushed forward. She saw Ella and her husband coming in with 3 officers. Then she remembered instantly what the native doctor told her: never to allow Ella see her with her husband sleeping together or even knowing about their affair, or else the charm she used on him will fail. "Ha! He is free. Ha! I am doomed. What will I do? Knew I can't run mad." She has to step on the charm. She must step on it, so that I can have her man to myself. Abigail's words were going off key. Ella and her husband and the police officers watches her in amazement. They didn't understand what was happening to her. One of them stepped closer to get hold of her, but she barked at them, displaying madness. She was uttering gibberish, pointing at one place to another in the living room. Ella looked at her husband sadly and whispered, "I told you she charmed you. You can see how she is confessing. Keep quiet, you fool. Oh, you think you are free from me? You think you won't die? Just be playing, my dear. Ha 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 ha, you're going to die very soon. Abigail, what has come over you? What was my offense to you? I took you as my sister and family. I trusted you with my whole life. I also disobeyed my mother just because of you. Very good. Very good. Your mother was pushed by me and she stumbled to her death." She laughed out horribly. Ella's mouth opened in disbelief. She looked at her husband, who was also surprised. Yes, I ended her life. I was the one behind her death. She wanted to deliver you by bringing in her pastor or whatever. Who does that? Why will she want to deliver the meat I tired? Ella broke down crying on the wheelchair. In a twinkle of an eye, Ella's husband bounced on Abigail, punching the hell out of her until he was intercepted by one of the officers. But that didn't stop Abigail from talking further. She confessed responsible to Ella's pig childbirth. Responsible to her excess fatness, that it wasn't virus as said by the doctor. "Leave me alone. Allow me to beat the madness out of this lady. And you caused this. You caused this, Ella. Remembered I warned you about her, but I had no choice because it was your choice of accepting her in our home. You brought in a beast as best friend. Honey, I am sorry. Please forgive me. I didn't know. I hated myself for this. I am very sorry," Ella pleaded at where she was sitting. "Do you remember what I gave you? Oh, you can't even remember because you were a fool. I gave you an handkerchief 2 days after you shared your pregnancy news to me. Yes, it was that handkerchief that you used to clean your sweaty face all the time that caused your fatness. You can see that it wasn't natural. I did so many things to you that you weren't aware of. But why? Why, Abigail? I have only done you good, Anne. Oh, cut the crap. You did me no good. How can I remain single while you leave me to enjoy a happy home? Are we not friends? Are we not supposed to share things together? And moreover, I met your so-called husband first before you. You were only lucky that he chose you over me." Ella was too stunned to reply. Her husband didn't understand where he had met Abigail. He believed she must be lying. Well, Abigail was taken away by the officers without a delay. "Now you have seen what I went through, all because of my friend whom I trusted. Well, it isn't a bad idea to trust your friend, but to the extent of giving them free chances in your home isn't advisable. I learnt my lesson in a hard way. I spent days on mountain praying for God mercy upon me. I was expecting each day to see the end of my life as said by Abigail, but God is more powerful than anyone. I thought my husband will abandon me, but he shows that true love doesn't come with just being together. It is about your heart. What your heart desires and tells you. I hated my friend so much for what she caused in my family. I was told to forgive her, but I don't think I will. Every day of my life, she made me blamed myself over the death of my mother. As at now, she is still at the psychiatrist center, living a life of a lunatic. My body hasn't changed, but I was told by the doctor that my stature can only reduce a bit but not permanent. So the stigma is still there but quite different from how it was. Please learn from my experience and never allowed your best friend live with you and your husband. The heart of man is very deep. Please take precaution. Now that you have finished watching, kindly subscribe and enjoy more of my videos, besties.